Boom. All right, third time's a try on this one, gents. I have recorded 2 separate rides, and I have screwed up the audio with a new microphone each time. Because I haven't. Technically, it's the GoPro. Because GoPro's friggin'... Is it a ladybug? It is. GoPro's convoluted frickin' system makes it so hard to set up a microphone. And every time I've done it, overmodulated, too loud, like I'm screaming into the microphone. It's ridiculous. I've also got a new ND filter on here that you can't see. It is supposed to help me, well, I know what it's going to do. I don't say supposed. It will help with the frame rate and making it 24 frames look better and just make it look a lot cooler. I got a delivery I got to do real quick because Amazon gave the wrong package to us. So I'm going to head down and drop it off, and then we will go on our ride. And we'll talk about the same thing I've talked about for the last 3 fucking times, because, yeah. It's been so annoying. Alright, let's see here. We need to go this way. And then I think it's this one on the corner here. Just see here. This is not it. It's this one right here. I'll flip around and then we'll just do it this way. Oh yeah. Missed the old turn radius of the other one, but hey. Alright. Let's go drop this off real fast. And then we will go for a ride. Yeah, right back. Ooh, stay. Okay, cool. Just gonna go drop this up here real quick. Sometimes Amazon gets it right, sometimes Amazon gets it wrong. And in that case, they got it wrong. It's a new neighborhood. Stuff happens. I'm sure seeing somebody on their motorcycle delivering, it's going to be a little bit weird, but it's all good. Okay, there we go. It's a little bit better. Let's make sure we're still moving. We are. Good. All right. Yeah, so, long story short, I have recorded this video. Well, not this exact video, but videos like this 3 times now. And I have a wireless microphone setup that I use for interviews and just like the content I create, and you guys have seen it in a couple videos I've used. It's a Hollyland Lark M1, and it's great. It's been fantastic, but it's powered, and you have to go into, I have a Hero 7 Black, and you have to like go into the settings. I'm gonna jump in front of this bitch. You have to go into the settings and like there's standard plus, powered plus, like there's something else. There's like 6 options. There's just not like a gain, like automatic or none, which is what I would assume there would be. But you know what happens when you assume, and it has bit me in the ass every single time. So this time we're gonna do it differently. this time I am going back to the old microphone. I have wired it in, routed it, and left it on the same settings, and I have tested it, so there should not be a whole lot of issue. I have a new helmet, which is why I rerouted it. I had a Scorpion Evo something or another that I used to have, and I had that thing for a long time. 10 years, I think, now. There's a review of it on the channel, so maybe it's like 9, 10, something like that. But I've had that thing for forever. And it was just time. It was time to say goodbye to the Scorpion Evo because it was not working anymore. It had just gotten a little bit... The padding was starting to just kind of not really rebound, and it was getting uncomfortable, and yeah, it just wasn't really that great anymore. But this is a Nex 100 XG, I think, GX XG, I don't know. And I'll show it off later and do some other stuff when I kind of get more reviewed. And at this point, I've had it for, this is my 3rd or 4th ride now. And I like it, I really do. I will say it does seem to run a little bit smaller than my other one, but it's not bad. It's a little smaller, but it's, like I said, not bad. It feels good. It does not feel like the other one. The other one kind of made my head hurt, and this one for sure does not. The padding is a lot nicer, and it's like this like leather, like something or another, velour, but it's really nice. And the funny part is the other one technically had more vents. It had like 2 head vents on the top, and then it had a chin vent that you, like, you know, dingle-dangled, and eventually it opened. It had like a little slider and whatever. And this one has 1 vent in the front, and I was kind of like, well, I don't know. And it's like, it's right in the middle, if that makes sense. It's like right in the middle. And man, today, hang on, there we go. I'm moving around a little bit there. It's like right in the middle, and I was like, it's gonna have less vents. It's not gonna flow as much air. Fuck no, dude. This thing flows roughest. It flows so much air. It's almost like I can breathe so much better in this helmet. It's weird. I will say though, it does fog up a lot easier than the other one when you're not moving. But man, when you're moving, you just got like air coming in constantly, and it's great. Is that what that's for? I don't know. It's great. And then just like, it's super easy to open. Oh, it's fantastic. I really like it. I will say it was hard to change, like, so it came with a clear, and that's the other thing I like about it. It came with a clear and a smoke screen. Now, I like a smoked screen. I know that, like, I've seen some people talking about smoke screens lately and how they're like unsafe and everything, and I'm sure there's merit to it, but for me it's what I prefer. My eyes are just better when I have a smoke screen on. I don't feel like I'm getting as much glare. And God, the one thing about this over the Scorpion though, I can see so much better. Like, the field of view is huge on this helmet. It's just gigantic, and I love it. I feel like I can just, like, I said a couple times in the last videos, it doesn't feel like I'm wearing a helmet, if that makes sense. Because it's just like, it's got such a wide field of view, and it's awesome. But yeah, it just doesn't feel like I'm wearing a helmet, which I do really like. And it's, yeah, I just feel like I can see a lot more. I think I have it flapping around because I didn't, yeah, hang on, we're gonna have to fix that because it's gonna bother the shit out of me. Alrighty, let's find a nice little, here, we'll just pull over. That's kind of in the lane. I don't want to do that. Here, we'll pull over right up here. Let me just fix it real quick. You've also missed me getting neutral all the time, constantly, which has just been like the most fun. I don't know what it has been about the last two days. I fucking hit neutral just going into second more than I have ever hit neutral on a bike. I don't know what's going on. I could adjust it if I really, you know, wanted to, because I can just like pull the shifter off and set the tooth a little different so that it's more customized to me. My nose is itching. We also may have to shed our liner in our jacket because it's gonna be close to 70 degrees today. Alrighty. Now it's not smacking the side of my helmet. Much better. But yeah, it's a great helmet. So far, I've really liked it. One of the things was I heard it was like really quiet, and I would disagree that it's quieter. I don't think it is. I thought my other one was super loud, and I think it's just because this bike reverberates up so much, and it just echoes inside. I will say it is a little more damped. Like, it doesn't sound as tinny in here. It's like the high pitches, but there's definitely sound still coming in, and there's a lot more air coming up from the sides, which is really nice. But it's a super nice helmet. Gosh, man, I needed a new one. Just because that other one was just not where it was at. But I also will say this one has like a lot of Velcro in it, so everything is like super adjustable and customizable, which is super nice. And the other one was all snaps. And I mean, fuck me, dude, those snaps, like, you'd get one of them off and I don't think it ever wanted to go back on in the first place. I gotta adjust my strap a little there. But yeah, it never wanted to go back on in the first place, and or after you did that, and it just constantly would come off, and oh my gosh, it was just the worst. And now it's great. It's just absolutely great. Like I said, I don't enjoy the like interaction with it around my neck for some reason, because I have like a huge Adam's apple, but outside of that, I do like it a lot more. What else? What else? I don't remember. We got the gloves. Oh yeah, the USB thing, which I will show you guys later, because we're only going to go on a short ride today. I don't want to do too big of a one, and I gotta go pick up a prescription, so we're gonna probably go up into South Fort Collins over and come back down. Just make a little trippy out of it. But there's a USB port on the side of the friggin' speedometer tachometer up here. I had no idea. I thought like I had one that I bought aftermarket that I can stick on the power adapter, the like trickle charger. And man, when I found out that this thing had a power, you gotta be kidding me. No way, you know? And I came out and I'm like, look, I'm like, what? The little flap that says Indian on it, and underneath it, powered USB. So what I might do is I might get like a USB cable that I can just kind of like run and like have it up here Velcroed, and then I can just plug it in and then pick it up and run it up my jacket and plug into the side of the GoPro to keep it powered while we're moving on longer rides, so I can turn it on off. The battery in this thing died, of course, so I got to put another one in it. I don't think it's chargeable, we'll see. But yeah, so we can just keep it going on longer rides, because that was my biggest problem when I was doing the peak to peak, was I couldn't do that. And I want to do it this summer too, and this the spring actually. Gosh, nose is running, itching. And yeah, but there's a powered USB just right up here, and it stays open. You can plug into it. I'm assuming you could put like different powered accessories on there, whatever you wanted. I don't know why my brake cable is off, but it is. There we go. Yeah, thought that was pretty neat. That's something else I learned. New gloves as well. We talked about them, but they are stretching. That has been the best part. These guys are stretching, which has been just the best. Look at those mountains. This guy taking a picture of the fisherman down there. Yeah, look at those mountains, man. They are just snowy. It's great. I think we get our last snow of the season, so we should be good to be riding for quite a while. It always sucks in the winter because there's like no... I want to continue to make content, but it's like, what do you make content about in the winter? Especially here, because I mean, it's cold, man. I'll get out and ride when it's nice, like as late as I can. I think The only month I've never been able to ride in so far is December. But yeah, it's I got to get out and do that. I appreciate anybody who's been watching all this stuff. We got a bunch of new subscribers. It's super cool. Super neat. Short ride today. That's probably going to be where we call it, because I don't want to continue to make too long. I'm just finally happy I got a friggin' video out. I got one recorded finally. I took the bike up to the park the other day, and I'm like trying to film some new stuff with it. I'm getting some saddlebags. That's the other thing. We're getting saddlebags for this bad boy. I've decided I was going to go with a 240 rear. I was on the fence if I'm going to get saddlebags and kind of go more traditional, or if I was going to go like a 240 rear tire and go wide and fat and get a lot of custom stuff. And I'm going to go with the saddlebags and the more traditional. And I think the reason why is just because I have so much more I want to do on this bike than just have people, you know, stare at it and think it's cool and drive this thing that's like got a big old fat tire. If I want to do that, you know, the day comes when I get more successful and I've got more money put away, I'll just get another one, or I'll do it to a different bike, and I'll have both. I mean, that would be the dream. But this bike, I have too many things I'd like to do on it, and I think it'd be just a far better decision to have saddlebags on this bad boy. Especially because they can be lockable and everything else, and just, yeah, that'd be cool. So we're gonna go with that. I had a guy who was, and I feel bad for him, because like he was really nice, and they make these really custom nice leather ones for it. Because the trouble I was finding was it was hard to find double saddlebags for this, just because Indian is just not as popular as Harley Davidson, and it hasn't been around long enough. And to have a lot of people make, man, there's construction everywhere. To have a lot of people making stuff for it, and it was hard to find double. I could find one side saddlebag, or I could find one that's kind of like a swing arm bar, or on the swing arm, a swing arm bag, and I don't know, it was just But then I found somebody that made custom ones, and they're really nice, and he sent me the leather and stuff. It doesn't match the brown, so I was going to go with the black, and I liked it, but it was just like, they were like $1,000, man. And like, you know, I'm down to pay for quality, but it was just like, this just feels like a little more than I want. And then I found the Viking bags, and the Viking bags are like $325, $400, I think, something in there. I think I got them for like $300 because there was a sale. And yeah, those are coming. I'm gonna get those put on. We'll do kind of a cool review of those. But I think it's just better because there's like 1,500 cubic inches of storage or some shit that I can get with them, which is just insane. But yeah, we're getting those, and they're gonna be in black, and it's gonna be great. Get those put on and start doing some longer riding. I had a lot of trouble when I was like wearing a backpack, because I put too much camera gear in it, and I was like, well, I can get a tank bag for it, but then the tank bag looks kind of dumb, and I have one, but like I have even yet to use it, just because I'm like, I don't know, I don't want to scratch the matte paint and shit. Like I probably will on like a longer ride just to have it and stuff, but the saddlebags are going to be perfect, and they just fit it better, and they make the rear end look a little bit wider. And then the last thing we'll probably do is, I feel like I'm going to do the 2-in-1 combat exhaust, Freedom Performance's exhaust. It sounds cool, it looks cool. I just want it to be a little throatier. Like I said in the other videos, I really wish I could find somebody that has one locally that I could hear it in person, because it's the same thing with this, right? Like, oofka, you guys don't, you can hear it, but you don't get to feel it. And there's just so much tone to it that even with my professional microphone, it just doesn't capture the full width of the tone and the thickness of it. And it's just so nice. So I'd really like to get that done so that I can just hear it before I make the purchase, because they're expensive too, man. They're like $1,000. I don't know if I'm ever going to do a power commander or anything like that. Honestly, it's got enough power. It's got a lot. And I love it about that. I mean, it's got where it needs to be. And I think if I did any more than this, I don't know, maybe a little more low end, because all the power and torque are like up at the high end in the revs, and this thing revs out too. It's like 8,500 RPM or some shit. But I do love the sound of this Vance & Hines. I just kind of also want the black. Just a little ladybug right here, just chilling. Yeah. Oh yeah, that was another one too. We talked about this guy. I had some people ask about the windscreen. And you know, does it really work? Is it good? Is it bad? I love it. Honestly, this bike kicks up perfect. Like the wind kicks up over the bike perfectly to where like this is where the wind is hitting me, is like right up, well you guys can't see it, but it's like right at the top of my head. And it goes straight over my helmet. I don't feel it forcing my helmet back. I kind of make it feels like it's sitting me down onto the seat a little bit. But like I don't feel it on my chest at all. And it's just like, we're cruising, we're 60 right now on this back road, and it's nice. I don't really, you know, you feel it on your ankles for sure, but my pants aren't whipping me to death. This bike does a great job of deflecting everything. And it's just super comfortable. So I highly recommend it. I think it looks great. I hear, so one thing I've heard is I heard it on a good authority from a Indian dealer on YouTube. This front cowl can be swapped out for the one on the Scout, on the Rogue, on the Indian Scout Rogue. On all bobber models, it can be changed out to the one on the Scout Rogue without any issue. And out, no custom parts, no custom nothing. So that may be something we try, because that would be pretty dope. I really like the look of it, but we'll see. I like this one. The other hard thing is the headlight. Like, I kind of want to get the smart LED headlight that's really neat, but it looks really dumb, to be honest. Some people like it, some people don't. I'm not a huge fan of it. I think it looks really kind of like, yeah, silly. But it's something that, I don't know. It's nicer, but I kind of like the analog of this one. This bike is very classically styled. I think you get too much tech on it, it's going to start looking a little weird, so we'll probably just keep it where we are. I'm hoping this audio will last, man. Oh my god, you have no idea how frustrated I've been with it. I made one small change and it's just been a nightmare. To me, it's funny because I also have this clip. There's another thing we talked about that no one knows about because it hasn't been on here for the third time. So I got this clip for my helmet to mount the camera, and it just like clamps on. It's really strong. It's made for like dirt bikes, but I didn't want to put excuse me, I didn't want to put a like sticky mount on for a GoPro because it would cover up the vent, because the vent's like right in the front. It's like right here. But this guy, I found it and I'm like, oh my god. I mean, it was like $60, which is kind of ridiculous for what it is, but I will tell you this, it works really, really well. And I think that it's very much worth it. I'm gonna be honest with you. And it's not getting somebody's way here. I think it's been worth it. And it clamps on super strong, and it's all really like rubbery and grippy, and it's great. You can mount it so many different ways that comes on and off, and it's so much easier than having the GoPro sticky mount on it, and just, oh, it's so much nicer. And it's just been great, because I didn't want to ruin this helmet's front either, because it's really nice looking. So that's another thing that I really, really like, and I have very much enjoyed. And that's kind of the last thing to go over. Well, now we're all caught up for the third time. Hopefully there's not a fourth. If there is, I'm going to lose my mind. I don't think there is. It should work. I tested it, and it was back to normal before I left. God forbid the mic isn't plugged in. No, it is. Everything's in. I'm like nervous now. Oh man, it was such a pain in the ass. You have no idea. Every time I change a setting, nothing would work. I'm like, I don't have it on powered. I have it on standard. It's like, oh, do you want a 20 dB boost? I'm like, why would I want a powered microphone with a 20 decibel boost? That sounds insane. But regardless, I think we got it. So I'm gonna get some fuel. We are going to stop there. We will call it there. I guess. And yeah, man. Lots more to come. We got lots more stuff. I got so many places I want to ride. Yeah, we got a lot of cool things coming, so stick around. Always more bobber content, as is the case. And yeah, we'll just go from there. Appreciate you guys watching. We will see you on the next one.